Forrest is very disrespectful to my mom. He calls her names and doesn't seem to care how she feels about anything.
Forrest screams and yells and loses it on her all the time. The other day when Forrest and I got into an argument, I really got a taste of what it was like from hearing all those phone calls from Mom.
To be in her shoes.
He was yelling at both of us. He said, you this, you Mia. He said, get the out, you B.
Forrest doesn't really call me names because I think he knows I won't tolerate it. I can ask her, we can ask Mom. No one disrespects Mom like you do.
My son Forrest is ill-equipped for life and he's clueless. I don't know where I went wrong. I am the one that's letting him live at my mother's house, but for some reason, I am the one he's angry at. He calls me an idiot, bitch, terrible mom, and a loser. I try not to enable Forrest, but I'm afraid he's going to starve to death and I end up getting him more food. I've been buying groceries for Forrest for about 2 years. He's really worried about getting COVID from any food that's brought in. He sanitizes each and every item. I try not to buy him cigarettes, but I can see that he's going through withdrawals and I'll get him a pack. Each week, Forrest manipulates me into giving him more money. It just never stops. I spend $300 a month on my son, but I'm on a fixed income. $35 a month on cigarettes, $30 a week on groceries, $200 a month in utilities, and $60 a month on his cell phone. My son doesn't seem to have a plan for how he's going to support himself. He's actually considered the possibility of trying to get on disability. They're not going to give him disability because he has no proof that he's disabled.
Lesli, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well, thank you.
You've been listening, right?
Oh, yes.
And has this been described pretty accurately with what you're up against?
Pretty accurately.
Anything you want to add, correct?
I do think he has some tooth problems that may be causing some inflammation and pain, but other than that, I don't think there's anything that's going to prevent him from working.
I know where y'all are from, and they have dentists all over the place up there, so that's no problem.
Well, it's just my income is pretty low right now. And
there's actually a dental school right there. You can take him to the dental school at the university.
And we actually made an appointment for up there, and when the appointment time came, darn it, he was sick.
Even an infant, when they get hungry enough, they'll eat. They get thirsty enough, they'll drink. We're talking about a 30-year-old man here. You say, if I don't bring him food, he'll starve to death. No, he won't.
Well,
he will eat if he gets hungry enough.
He will go for 2 days without eating, and at that point, he starts to get a little woozy, and that's when I start to think, I'll take him some peanut butter, I'll take him some bread.
That's when he'll eat.
Good to know.
Do you think you're enabling him?
Maybe a little bit.
We tell her all the time she's enabling him because, I mean,
he just keeps promising he's going to get his act
lying,
together.
but why do you? He's a compulsive liar. We've told you that.
Why would you believe anything that he's saying?
Because he knows that we're not going to have the house for him to stay at forever. I just keep thinking he's going to really understand that he's got to get his act together and get with the program.
I kind of figured that he wasn't when I made him multiple Excel spreadsheets on how much money he could spend, an apartment, food. I even had 2 jobs lined out for him. It printed applications, and he blew it off.
Do you know why I'm not saying anything right now?
No.
Because they're brilliant.
They are.
They're telling you exactly what the situation is,
right.
Exactly that you're getting played, exactly how he's doing it, and that you're rewarding bad behavior.
I'm trying not to. I'm really trying to push him out of the nest. I really am.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And there's no doubt that you have good intentions. I want to bring him out here, but I don't want to bring him out here until I know I have you on my side. Because you are enabling him. You are the biggest obstacle I have right now. You're not responsible for him, but you are an obstacle to me getting him to do what he needs to do, because you're doing everything that makes it possible for him to continue to be non-productive. And you say, well, sort of, maybe, kind of. If you're kind of, sort of, maybe, kind of making excuses for it, then I really don't want you out here when he comes out here, because you're going to cave. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.